Hi, my mate. Hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for the videos. Yeah, 81. I mean, okay, we'll take it for now. We'll take it for now. With the sore elbow, we'll take it. But greens regulation was slightly up, which is a step in the right direction. Still not happy with it, but step in the right direction. But then putting stats went down. Yeah, I want something around 12 or 13 greens with the 31 putts, 32 putts. Okay, that's what we're aiming for. Okay, anyway. But putting, I can see, obviously the practice will start with the putting. Obviously the practice and stuff like, but I can see how there'll be a bad putt every now and then. Okay, some look really, really good, and then every now and then I can see why there's a bad one, right? Okay, so I was talking in videos about the triangle. So basically what we're trying to do, if we're trying to create a perfect pendulum, which is essentially impossible, okay, that's sort of our center point, then our grip, okay, and then if the whole thing moves together, all right, then the shoulders, arms, hands, handle, and putted all stay in the same angle, if that makes sense, right? So I was talking about that triangle, so there's your triangle. So a perfect backstroke would look like that. You can see some of yours look like that. So they disconnect from the triangle. Okay, follow through looks perfect. Shoulders, chest, arms, everything perfect. That putter head bisecting your center point perfectly. So it's a perfect pendulum. But here, how do you do it? There, do it sort of like that, but without the leg. So the hands sort of go. You see, that's just not a perfect pendulum anymore. Okay, that's where a little bit of inconsistency can come in. Right, so we're looking for this type of idea. Okay, now, nothing wrong with your grip or anything, so don't change it. But gripping right hand and left, you got a little bit of shoulder tilt, that's absolutely fine, no problem. Okay, but that means our triangle is set up there. So we just got to move that ball position a hair forward so that everything matches up. Okay, and then use your shoulders on the way back to maintain and maintain. Okay, that's the idea, yeah? Okay, so a little bit of setup work with the putting, move that ball, about a ball forward should do it. Okay, about a ball forward should do it. But we definitely need a little bit more shoulders on the backstroke. Okay, so we're just going to do some reps with the towel. Okay, giving your arms and hands a little bit less freedom. Okay, and really concentrate on turning those shoulders in the backstroke. Yes, concentrating on the length. Yes, concentrating on the tempo. Okay, but just turn the shoulders. Don't drag the arms back and lose that connection and lose that triangle. Okay, right. I need a little bit of work there. It's overall very, very good. Okay, so more to do with the short game. Right, now let's start with chipping. Right, setup and action looks really good. Okay, neat and tidy, using your body nicely. Setup is excellent. I'm super happy with that. Okay, but quite simply, the club is reacting heel first. Okay, and then it tends to sort of kick towards the right. Yeah? Okay, so just do a couple of rounds. But we're going to put a ball in front there, almost 2 foot in front. Okay, and that must be on your target line, right? Okay, so we've got to practice having those hands higher at impact. Okay, don't let the hands drop. Kind of plain if you want to think about it like that. Plane's a little bit flat. Okay, but it's just higher hands because it's a much shorter action. Okay, and what we want to do, and don't worry if you overdo a couple and hit out the heel. What we want to do, keep those hands high. Okay, what we're going to do is make a circle and let this club exit lower into the left. Okay, so we want the club going left of that ball, but the ball going over it. Okay. All right, I'm sure you can hear that as well. It's not even a great wedge, to be honest with you, but you can still hear the strike. Okay, and you can see quite clearly there. Ball goes over there. Club exits a bit left on the body line. Okay, so a little bit of work with that. Right, then pitching. Okay, what you're doing, it's kind of a shortish pitch, longish chip type of action. It's not quite what I was after. Right, now, most importantly, same thing. Okay, the hands are too low at impact, so that heel's not reacting nicely. Okay, so the second one, I think in that video, you got up, and that was your best strike. But you've got to maintain that now. You've got to maintain that. Okay, we can't be there. All right? But what I do want, okay, is I want the stance a little bit wider at address. Okay? I want the club face just a couple of degrees open. Just tweak it a little bit open. All right? It's also going to help with your bounce. Okay, it's going to take the heel a little bit more, but the shot we're going for is a much higher not higher, but a much spinnier, softer shot. Okay, you're almost hitting a little, like I said, almost like a long chip with a narrow stance, a little bit of action, and then kind of just dropping the club on it rather than releasing the club through the golf ball. Okay, so just slightly wider stance to shallow it out. Okay, slightly open face. Okay, and then just, again, the higher hands, yes, but we're just trying to release this club. Okay, we're just trying to release it and try to release it a little bit open, but just try and release, let that right hand go. That's when it creates a little bit of touch and spin and feel and flight. Yeah? Okay, so slightly wider, not much, just slightly wider. Okay, higher hand, slightly open face. Okay, and then we just want to gently release this. Okay, I always like to feel it in the left, with short game, in the left wrist. Just like a little cup of the left wrist. Okay, and that's the idea. Right, again, that one, you can just hear the sound. Okay, it's just that strike. Okay, yours is just a little bit inconsistent. It's not terrible, but it is inconsistent, and it's more what's affecting your touch. Because if you're striking them slightly differently every time, then you don't know how hard to swing, because you don't know how far the ball's going to go. Okay, so a lot of good stuff, and baseline stuff, really, really solid. This is just next level stuff. Add it in, try it all again. Okay, obviously try those changes first, and then do your out of 20. I know you did 25 last time, it's fine. But try out of 20 once you've had a couple of feels with the little subtle changes. Okay, and then obviously let me know how it goes. Righty. Thank you, my mates. I will talk to you through the week. Okay, have a good one.